With a whoosh sound, the female detective directly took off her socks in front of her male colleague, revealing her ankle. This was not an impulsive act, but to lure the murderer of the serial murder case. The police have already found out that the perpetrator has a serious foot fetish. In previous murders, the victims had their feet brutally cut off by him. He is obsessed with collecting perfect feet and even attempts to create the so-called most perfect cornea in the world. Even though the other party was identified as a suspect, the police were unable to convict them due to a lack of direct evidence. After learning about it, the female detective volunteered to be a bait. The leader initially strongly opposed it, fearing that she would be in danger, but could not resist the female detective's insistence and ultimately agreed to develop an action plan. The police forged a new identity for the female detective, not only inputting her recent experiences into the system, but also taking nearly 300 sets of photos in different styles to create a social account, deliberately highlighting the traits that match the suspect's preferences. Everything is ready, and the female detective comes to the bar where the suspect often goes. Sure enough, the suspect was quickly attracted to her, took the initiative to approach her, and even used the excuse of limited edition ankle chains to approach. The female detective pretended to be reserved and deliberately showed difficulty when taking off her shoes, completely arousing the suspect's interest and successfully getting him to add her own social media account. In the next few days, the female detective will keep in touch with the suspect as planned, gradually lowering his vigilance. Not long after, the suspect took the bait and invited the female detective to visit her seaside villa. The police have already deployed multiple teams around the villa, tracking the entire process and preparing listening devices to ensure that they can cooperate with the female detective. Unexpectedly, the suspect turned on the jammer in the car on the way, and the police's monitoring signal was instantly interrupted, increasing the difficulty of tracking. Fortunately, the team members ultimately secured the location of the villa based on their experience. After the female detective entered the villa, the suspect quickly revealed her true nature. While the female detective was not paying attention, she shot an anesthetic. Before the female detective fell down, she threw her bag out and blocked the induction door, providing convenience for the police to enter. Quickly, the police arrived and smoothly entered the suspect's villa. At this time, the female detective has been tied to the operating table in the basement by the suspect. At the critical moment, the police decisively rushed into the scene and successfully controlled the suspect holding a chainsaw. Subsequently, the police conducted a search in the basement of the villa and found a large amount of blood, which was the first crime scene where the perpetrator committed the crime.